In my hand I have Threadlocker Blue 242, which can be used in automotive applications or as lipstick. Welcome to day 28 of Operation New Home, where I'm turning this camper into a home for me, my wife, my 4-month-old daughter, my 3 dogs to live in when we move up to West Virginia. My axle has been sitting and suffering for a long time. I think it's time to mount her. A lot of people like to use the German torque spec of Guttentight to make sure that their bolts are nice and tight, but if you want to do it right, you got to get a torque wrench. Alrighty, now that we got the axle right where we want them, time to install the brakes. These are the nuts that go to the back of the brake. If it were the old me, I would have said, these look a little bit old. I think time to get rid of them. Let's get some brand new ones. But the new and improved me, with $0 in my bank account, says, hey, these are looking pretty good. But the threads are actually not that bad. Although I am going to have to go to the store because there's only 7 and I need 8. Actually, 4 of these threads are pretty rough, so we're going to need 5 of them. Now, unfortunately, the store didn't have all the nuts I needed, so I'm going to reuse a bunch of these. But a little trick I learned was that you can get the same size bolt. You grind out the threads on each side. That becomes the nut cleaner. So I can clean these nuts up real nice. And just like that, the bolts, threads are clean and ready to go on. Pardon me while I put these on. Dang you, sun god, you quitter. The sun quit on me. It is nighttime now, so that's pretty much where today's gonna end. If you're curious, I spent a lot of time at Home Depot looking for the right nut I needed to fit that axle into the trailer, and then I started to clean out all these parts from the brake drum, get nice and clean for the brand new grease. That way I can put the brakes back onto the axle. But I'll leave that for when the new part comes in. I hate having to end it now since it still seems a little early. It's 6:30. So I think what I'm going to do is pre-drill pilot holes onto all the wood. That way when I put up the wall, that's one step less I have to do. Actually, I think that's going to make too much noise, and I think the general rule to be a good neighbor is not to make noise after dark. So I laid out where most of the studs are going to go, and I'll just leave it like that until tomorrow. Thanks for watching till the end of day 28. We will end it with a question for you. Don't you want a little taste of the glory? See what it tastes like.